My name is Emilio Gonzalez. I'm going to be reading you a couple of poems that I've written. We'll start off with the Heartbreak Hotel. A man is at your front door and says I wouldn't go in there. You walk right through him, open the door, and suddenly burst into tears. You find your wife with another man, and it's your worst fear. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. You'll never find any love here. A soldier comes home from war to find his wife of 20 years is leaving him for another man. He's been shot before, and he's even been stabbed. But this pain is unbearable. A crack in his chest, he loses his breath, and he could hardly stand. The butterflies he once had suddenly turned to sand. It's sad how he came to know. He found a note, and inside it was her wedding band. The man's been to war, but nothing hurt more than when his tears began to pour. He thought of a plan to make sure that it wouldn't hurt anymore. He went to the store and bought it for $4 and checked into the Heartbreak Hotel. To check in was free, but they all pay a fee. Back to the story at hand is a man with a gun in his hand. The clerk hears a band, blood on the walls, and a note on the nightstand, and inside were 2 wedding bands. The man pulls out the broken heart and reads till death do us part. He knows the story well, a room, a corpse in a shell. Death is a familiar smell in this hell. This is the price of the Heartbreak Hotel. It's a late night. A lady and her daughter go for a drive. It's raining and her car slides. The next thing, she opens her eyes and the doc tells her daughter just died. She cries and asks why. Why couldn't she have died? Why did her daughter have to lose her life? A week later, she checks into the Heartbreak Hotel. The clerk gives her a contract and says, "See you soon," knowing damn well she's not going to come back. She goes to her room, seals a note with a kiss, thinks life is so hard, death must be bliss, puts a razor to her vein and slits her wrist. Everything goes black. A couple hours later, the clerk opens the door a crack, finds the note, takes out the broken heart, and laughs. For he knows the story well. A room, a corpse in a shell. Death is a familiar smell in this hell. This is the price of the Heartbreak Hotel. She thought they had been in love for years, but after what she thought was a proposal ended up in tears. A man told her about a hotel that would make it easier to bear. He told her the room was free and the fee was fair. She couldn't see his face but didn't really care. She went to the store, bought a rope and a chair, wrote a note, and it said, "I love you, my dear." And wrapped inside was a lock of her hair. She climbed on the chair, tied the rope round her neck. A couple hours later, the clerk comes back to check. He took out the broken heart and wasn't at all upset, for by now he knows the story well. A room, a corpse in a shell. Death is a familiar smell in this hell. This is the price of the Heartbreak Hotel. He was alone in a home that never meant much. His foster family wanted him for the money, but only wanted him for the money and such. After a couple months, they gave him back because they were done. He never really knew what it meant to be someone's son. His heart burnt with hate, and he had plans to escape from this place. He ran away, tears dripping down his face, his shirt drenched with rain. Still in pain, but kept running. Stopped at a hotel, tried to give the clerk cash, but he looked at him funny and said, "Son, there's a fee, but you don't need money." The boy read the contract, took a toaster upstairs, and took a bath. The clerk comes in after an hour and a half, read the note that read, "I promise it'll no longer hurt," and inside was a teddy bear that he's had since birth. The clerk took out the broken heart and said things could be worse, but by now he was used to this curse. For he knows the story well, a room, a corpse in a shell. Death is a familiar smell in this hell. This is the price of the Heartbreak Hotel. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the Heartbreak Hotel by me, Emilio Gonzalez. Today is Thursday, December 8th, 2011. First time anyone's recorded this and or written. So yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so my eyes are all low. But yeah, I hope you guys like my poem. I'll have another one up as soon as possible. Deuces.